Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy myself, they can't charge me.
Hello, darlings. Welcome back to Cognac's Corner. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at Bruno Jamais Restaurant, located at 81st Street, right off of Madison Avenue. And I am here with the most famous couple. You heard it right here at Bruno Jamais Restaurant, the most famous couple in New York City. Maybe the world. I don't know.
That's next year.
That's next year. Introduce yourselves to the camera, darling.
I'm Alex McCord.
And I'm her better half, or worse half, Simon Van Kempen.
Tell my audience, you're here at this fabulous restaurant, this very, very famous restaurant, Bruno Jamais. You have something to say. Tell my audience, what is that?
We have written a book on parenting, and the reason that we have done this is it's something that we always wanted to do, that we have explored in different avenues, different topics before in our lives, and we experienced a kind of a phenomenon once season 1 started airing, and in between season 1 and season 2, that we would get very specific emails, tons of them, an overwhelming number of emails asking very specific questions about our children and how we raised them, talking about speaking more than one language at home, and traveling with children, and having a nanny or having an au pair, having us both work full-time, and how do we balance that and having children.
And in addition to having the show filming us around as well, so it's juggling all these things.
How you guys do it. I'm drained at the end of the day with the TV show and the blog and the website that I have. It's a lot of work. How do you run around with little children? First of all, tell my audience, how old are your children?
Right now our children are 3 and 5.
Oh.
And we love them so much. And I
but
think
we
one
also
thing,
never forget to make time for them. I mean, you know, Francois, we were quoted often on season 1 that we always said we don't go out 2 nights running. And at the time, Francois didn't really understand that, couldn't hold us to it. Now he does. And so we don't go out 2 nights in a row. If we do, we get into trouble from him, so we don't. And we make time for our kids, because if you don't spend the time with them, you miss it. You blink, and those magnificent...
They do. Busy people have to recognize that you can't be perfect. Not only can you not be perfect all the time, you can't ever be perfect. And your children are never perfect either. But what you can do is make every moment count. You need to be present in the moment. When you're with your child, don't text on your BlackBerry. Actually be present. If you're at work, you're in a meeting, be present. If you're at home with your child, be present. One thing that I make an overwhelming effort to do is when I walk in the door of our house, I leave work outside. I don't deal with it at home. If it's a crazy time and I have a project that I'm working on, I'll get up at 5 in the morning and do an hour's work before they get up.
That's a mother. That's a mother. Mothers do that. Old historic home, though, don't you? Always. Are you still fixing it up? Are you still
We'll
under
have to watch
construction?
what happens on season 2.
I can't wait, darling. I can't wait.
We do some work, a little bit of work on the house throughout season 2.
Oh yeah, just a little.
This time it's just a little. Now let me ask you, darlings, do both of you read bedtime stories to your kids?
Oh, absolutely.
Every night.
Every night.
Except tonight when we weren't there.
When you're home, you do read them a story.
Absolutely, yes.
And actually, the
Tell my audience wants to know what's their favorite bedtime story.
At the moment, there's a
gotta
fantastic writer from New Zealand, and she writes about a dog, and the dog's name is Harry McClary, and he lives in Donaldson's Dairy. So all of her books rhyme.
And there are like 6 or 7 dog characters in the book, a couple of different cats. And look, as books, they're great stories, but you know, for a 5-year-old, the story has to carry itself. For the 3-year-old, or for a 2-year-old, and now a 3-year-old, it's the sounds, the rhymes, the beat of the voice.
One thing that I think helps children become more articulate at a young age is the use of rhyme. I am amazed at some of the words that stick in their head, and words that adults might not even necessarily use, like bellicose and cacophony, but they've heard them in rhyming books, and they remember them. And that, I know, isn't it? And that drives them to say, well, what does that mean? And we have children's dictionaries.
When I was a kid, it was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
We watched that movie 2 weeks ago.
They just saw Mary Poppins for the first time last weekend, and
they've now
were
seen it, what,
amazed.
6 times since?
Amazed.
Nobody can play that like Julie Andrews.
Oh, I know.
So pretty.
She is just the best.
You're British. Are you Australian or are you British?
Australian. But I lived in England a long time, so.
Julie Andrews and I share the same birth date, actually.
Same year?
Out of town!
The same day.
Get out of... Really? You and her have the same birthday.
2 Libras.
Wow. You heard it first, right here on Cognac's Corner. They share the same birthday. Tell my audience, what's the date?
October 1st.
I don't think you've ever told that to anybody on air. Have you ever told anyone that
No,
you and
I
Julie
haven't,
Andrews
No, I haven't. It's your exclusive.
Corner. We
Yeah,
see
the
all the
exclusive.
time. We have the exclusive.
Yes, you
have the
have.
exclusive. Sports inclined? Do they like to
Yes.
play baseball, football?
Francois loves karate. And Johan, at this point, hasn't really specialized. He's only 3. He loves to do everything, or he loves to try to do.
He likes to do what his big brother does. You know, I'm from Australia, and so Francois was given a cricket bat and ball, which he likes to hold like a baseball bat. We took them for a few cricket matches against Australians and English guys who were playing last summer. But, you know, Francois loves his karate, but he loves to run. You know, as a kid, I wasn't much of a runner, but Francois seems to have a little bit of a talent that we need to nurture more and more.
Do you have a sport that you love, you yourself, personally?
Cricket. I'm a cricket fanatic. It's not a game that's understood here, but you know, Alex knows that I will sit on the computer and watch cricket throughout the night, check it on my BlackBerry. It's one of those things that I grew up with it.
It's on my website, and he reads my website
today.
Yes.
You're really on my website.
I was really on your website
Tell
today.
my audience when the book is coming out.
The book is coming out later this year, and
We haven't got an official publication date yet, but it's going to be not a how-to book, not a book to how to bring up kids. It's going to be our experiences, our anecdotes, and we'll help those people outside of New York City to learn about the great things of bringing children up in New York City, as well as the we really have been treating
And I
ourselves.
think you've accomplished quite a bit. I mean, you're wonderful parents, you're loving parents, and that's like the biggest accomplishment, because being a parent is the hardest job in the world.
Yes, it is.
But it's also the most rewarding.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you. Tell my audience one more time the website where they can go to get this book when it comes out. Can you tell my audience that?
McCordVanKempen.com.
That will be MCCORD, that's her name, VANKMPEN.com.
Fabulous. You're going to give me a kiss goodbye, darlings. Mwah.
Mwah.
Let's toast. Oh,
We'll do it together.
we'll do it together. Salute. Keep watching, darlings. More celebrity interviews coming up. Pink champagne kisses.
For the cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fancy dress to impress. one of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in.
This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.